But now that I'm the man behind it, I need to push more attention to the people that I'm trying to educate.
So how do you feel now? You sit back, you watch people do what you love. I mean, be on stage, and now you have to sit back and watch them. How do you feel from your side now that you're not doing it anymore? Now you get to sit and watch people do it.
I mean, what I love is a lot. So the fact that I was able to do a part of what I love for so long and do it successfully was a great achievement. So now I get to do other things that I love as well. So it's like I've lived multiple lives. I'm actually very blessed.
But we know you love music.
Oh, yeah.
So
and it's easier than I'm here. Music.
But was it a difficult decision to decide that, look, now let me sit back and push my
It's a very difficult decision. But greatness comes from difficult decisions, not the easy ones.
No?
I mean, it was a very difficult decision for a child to take the first steps, not knowing whether they would fall and crack their skull. But they would never have walked if they had kept going.
So when you told your family, in fact the team members, that you wanted to end it and sit back, what was the response? Were they in line with what you decided to do, or some actually pursued you to at least continue?
I mean, initially they were shocked and felt, won't I want to continue? So one thing that I never did was make an announcement or go out and say this or anything, because the fans would have been shocked as well. So just did a gradual,
Feeling.
Thank you.
I was shocked too because I was in school then at Academy when this whole Lynx thing started, and I quite remember my hall, other hall. That's the same hall your boy was, Kimi. He was actually informed when I was actually leaving, and we always have conversations on the Lynx thing, the whole energy, the whole new vibe. So to somebody like me, when I heard, in fact, your song Changing Faces, actually one word that made me believe something was coming, but I didn't foresee it anytime soon that we finally would want to drop the microphone and now sit behind and watch people grow. Congratulations, 15 years, you've done well for yourself and the talent you manage. So the name Lynx, how do you coin it?
Lynx is actually a cat. So Lynx is a wild cat. I actually use the name Lynx for two reasons. One, the cat sees further than most animals. Has very sharp eyesight. So that's why for a while I used to like saying Lynx Entertainment, the eye of the future, because it felt like what we were trying to do was visionary. And then the second thing is, anytime a cat falls, it doesn't matter the height, it always lands on its feet. So I was trying to prepare myself for the fact that there'll be ups and downs, difficult times, but no matter what, we must always learn.
You always shared the role your mom played in this thing of yours, and anytime we have a conversation, in the typical African home, when you tell your parents you want to do music, the response wouldn't be that good. Most of them want you to be, let's say, in the office, wear something, a tie, just to look good. But how did you manage to convince your mom for her to accept and even push you in all these things you did?
So my mom is a teacher, and one of the things she always instilled in me is the fact that you need to be who you want to be. She always made me believe that you can be the best version of yourself. So she never tried to force you too much to be one particular thing. It's more of the direction you want to go. She always said that you don't teach a kid, you teach the kid how to learn so that they can learn on their own. So she always felt when you push a kid in the direction they want to go, they will excel. Whereas if you force them in a different direction, they'll just reach where you want them to reach and get stuck. So when I told her I wanted to do music and everything, she saw it was evident. The fact that I was recording songs and always in the piano school instead of, every day being in biology class. She saw that I wanted to do music, but she was scared. So she said, she allowed me 1 year You know, after SS,
Mhm.
before uni, there was a 1 year gap.
Me too.
Yeah, so what she said was that, okay, I have this period to prove that the music is something I can properly do. So this is the time that I started setting up the studios, small, then people started coming to record. So before the 1 year was up, she saw that, okay, I was making good strides. She even went out and took a loan for me to buy actual equipment.
Loan?
Yes.
Wow.
Because the equipment I was using first, I didn't have. So she took a loan with her salary for me to buy proper equipment, and then things were getting better. So when it was time to go to uni, and I was going to go to tech, that was the plan. You know how from childhood we've all had a plan. You know, do science, go to tech, be a doctor, and then when it was getting close to the time, she had a conversation with me. We sat down, said, "Okay, I can see the music is going well, so I'm going to allow you to continue, but you need a backup plan." So we came to a compromise where I was very good with computers and everything. So I decided to do computer programming at NIT because that one was more flexible, like
Right.
3 days in a week. 2 hours for 3 days in a week was more flexible than going to uni, which would have taken me off completely. So I did that for 2 years while I was still working on the music. By the time I was done with my diploma at NIT, the music had already started taking off.
So you made a song for her?
Oh, of course.
Perfect Mom.
Hey, you've done your research.
You are my superstar, 'cause she brighten up my life with who you are.
The Mother's Day celebration. It seems we've actually used the sweet one for almost 2-3 decades. I think it's our time we move on to something else.
Push for it for me, my mind.
Can we adopt this one? Anyway, so your major single, Fema. How many
That's not my major single. That's my debut single.
debut single? Okay, that's fine. So, how many versions of that song did you make?
I actually did a full Framer. Those days, these days we call it an EP.
EP.
Yeah, but those days we call it a single album. So I had the Framer original, then I had the Framer English version with Irene, then I had Framer Highlight version with Nana Finn, then I had the dancehall version with Kazuka, then I had the hip hop version with Soldiers In, two guys from Soldiers In. Yeah, the dancehall version was Kazuka and Tiny. And then I had a grand remix which had all the versions put together. I'm an old school kind of guy. I believe in content, like creating. So
I kept listening, and I felt like, but one song, then you manage, and there was one particular one. I think you changed the beat like 3 times.
yeah, yes, that was
The full one.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
the full one.
I see. So, it made you enough kwacha at the time.
Oh, at the time, no. At the time when I was starting, every business when you start, you don't make like massive revenue initially. What it gave us was a footing, so that we can now start building.
Okay. Back to Lynx. Who was the first artist to be signed on the label?
And I mean,
You fine. You are the founder. So let's use the word for founder here.
Okay.
Apart from you.
Apart from me, it would be OJ Black.
Okay. So I actually had a conversation with him some months ago, and I threw the same question to him, and this was the same answer I gave him because initially, I don't know if you know, but most industry people would believed Asem was the first.
Yes, because Asem's music came out before OJ, but when it comes to who I started working with, it was OJ.
I see. So, what led to the signing of OJ, Asem, the first group of
With
musicians?
the first group, it was kind of organic. It wasn't like these days where like you spot a talent and there's no. It was organic. It was like, oh, we're recording together, vibing together, and I had this plan, so we just went together. Do you get what I mean? It wasn't like a strategy thought of. No, it wasn't like that.
But did you know what you were doing at the time?
Yes, I had a plan. Okay, so I studied something from the past. I always like a scientific approach to things, right? And I realized that I wanted to make the whole R&B, hip hop, and everything more relevant in Ghana, like merge our culture with the Western culture a bit, so that one day we can push it international. And at first I was under the impression nobody had done that before. Then I went back and I checked that no, different people had dropped R&B, different people had dropped hip hop, and there were a few hit songs if you look at people before me. But the only thing that they didn't have was continuity. And I realized the reason they didn't have continuity was because one person would do a good R&B song, it would do well, and nobody would do another one for the next 2 years. But when I looked at a genre like hip life, when Reggie initiated hip life, others jumped on it. And once others jumped on it, it created a ripple effect. And that ripple effect made the genre stand strong. So if I wanted to make the genres I was trying to introduce in Ghana work, I had to create the ripple effect, which was why I started a record label, so that it's not only me who's doing this type of music. I have like-minded artists all doing the same type of music, so we can create a ripple effect. And then when it started getting some attention and some popularity, I started catching some of the big dogs and having them also jump on that same style, getting Ochiame Kwame to do songs like that, Tiny to do songs like that, VIP to do songs like that, so that it started creating that ripple effect, so the style of music came to stay. So that was the plan, and thankfully it worked.
So it wasn't try and error like some thought?
No, it wasn't trial and error at all. It was designed by the Almighty.
That's fine. All right, so if you just tune in, this is 3FM 92.7. I'm having a conversation with CEO of Lynx Group, Richie Mensah. So, how did you spot Asem?
Asem actually came to do a demo. They were from St. Peter's. They were called Frontliners. There were like 16 boys. And they came to record a demo in the studio. So when they came, I think like 3 of them were very good. One was Asem. One was Bule, who eventually became Magnum. Yes. And another was Kentang. I think the 4th one was Dampo. So there were 4. So I told those 4 that like they're good. They can keep coming around and stuff. So when they vacated, then they'll come around, be recording. So I think I vibed more with Asem and everything. We kept creating more and more music. So when it was time to make things official, it was natural that he was somebody I leaned towards.
What was that special thing about him that made you, ask him to come to your studios and record? Because I'm asking this because 2 years ago I spoke to Hammer, and he tells me naturally Asem is one crazy guy in terms of writing and how he enters the studio, deliver his bars, and you, the producer yourself, you're almost shaking anytime he finishes with his bars.
One thing that people need to understand, I think one thing that has kept me going at Lynx is there's an element that we can't teach, and I call it the star quality. Certain people have a star quality. You can't teach that. You can teach someone how to dance, teach someone how to sing, teach someone how to perform, but you can't teach star quality. And Asem had it from day one. And I think I've been good at being able to spot that star quality. And he always just had it. He's one of those people that the talent was there, the charisma was there, the knowing how to get attention from people and everything was there. So certain things, they will. Yeah.
This remix of yours, I've had 2 so far. I don't know which is the official. There is one you started and there is one he started. Between the 2, which was the official remix?
The one I started was the first remix. The one he started was what we did when we were putting out his album.
Okay.
So if you realize, the one I started, he doesn't have a rap in it.
That's true.
So that one was just like a remix, like, okay, the original version is there, and me, Tiny, and the Dusty and Brothers have done a remix to it. But when we were going to do his album, then we're like, no, we can't have a remix on his album where he doesn't have a verse.
Okay.
So then we had him do a verse for that.
So what led to the selection of Tiny, Andy Dusty, and Brothers on this particular tune?
I mean, Tiny was family. Charlie, I owe so much to Tiny. He was the first established person in the industry to give me a chance.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Tiny was proper family. So it was, there was
natural.
no one else, who could have been on it. With Andy Dusty and Brothers, we had actually met them right when we had dropped Gimme Blow. So the truth, let me tell you a little secret. Gimme Blow, Pigaro, those songs leaked. We never promoted it.
Who leaked them?
You know, boys.
No, but if it should leak, there should be a main source. So from your PC, where else will it go?
Boys. Because basically we had the songs in the studio, we were jamming, vibing to it and everything. Then one thing we hear, hey, Charlie,
A boy streets.
Legon boys, they dance with them. Hey, Tech boys, they dance with them when they were jamming. And because it leaked, nobody knew who the artist was.
Oh, okay.
There was no artwork, nothing.
True.
Like, we were there trying to make a plan. So at that time, I'd released Framer. Do you get me? So we're coming to release Asem. So we're now trying to make a plan for how to release Asem. Then the songs leaked. So when the songs leaked, like, the first thought was, let's claim it, let's let people
No, it's yours.
Yeah. Then somebody came up with an interesting idea. Part of why the song was going so fast was there was a mystery to it. People didn't know who the artist was. Everybody was having some speculation. Some people said, oh, it's some Ghana boys in UK where they record some song and then just drop them. That's why nobody knows them.
It was new. Like, we hadn't heard this in a while. So
there were so many theories. Some even said the artist was dead. That's why you never saw the artist at interviews or at shows or blah, blah, blah. There were so many different rumors. So what we did was, we kept quiet. We allowed the song to take its natural course. We allowed it to have its own trajectory, and people came up with more and more rumors. So when it was time, when we felt like the song had gotten enough popularity, then we said, okay, now let's own it properly. So when we said we're going to own it properly, the first thing we did was go to Kumasi to do promotion. Because what we realized was that in Accra, because of Legon and everything, it had already spread like wildfire amongst the young people. So we said, let's go to Kumasi and spread it there as well. So when we went to Kumasi, one of the people that we met first was Andy Dusty, who was going to also help us with promotion. So Andy Dusty already knew the song, loved the song and everything, and said, oh, then let me bring Ochiame Kwame and Brothers and everything involved. Ochiame Kwame didn't jump on the song because,
he told you why?
Eventually. Because of the profanity in the song. So what he did was rather do a different song with Asem, which was Little Girl. But then he put Brothers on it. So that's how that whole remix and everything and the movement started.
So the song was so huge that year it failed at the VGMs. It wasn't nominated at the VGMs. As producer of the song at the time, were you disappointed?
Oh, I was, of course. I was very disappointed. When people sit there and they say VGMA this, VGMA that, if you know the number of disappointments I've had at VGMA, Gimme Blow was never nominated. Yaro was never nominated.
Your own Yaro.
If you ask me out, I'll say Yaro is arguably my biggest song. Yaro was never nominated. I remember Easy. That year, Easy reigned. Easy didn't win New Artist of the Year. It went to somebody else. I don't even remember. I was disappointed. We've had so many disappointments, but that's how award schemes go, because somebody has to win. Somebody has to be nominated, which means somebody will be disappointed. So,
were you giving reasons why the particular Gimme Blow song couldn't make it?
Yes, they told us the profanity.
So as producer of the song, did you feel you let your boys down at the time because you could have edited that part from the song?
I would say that I wasn't knowledgeable enough to understand some of these things.
Okay, sure.
But at the same time, too, music is done for different reasons. Do you get me? So if the song serves a certain type of people, and doesn't serve another type of people, that's fine. You know, sometimes we want to do this whole one size fits all, but this no be Trojan. Like, let's be real. You can do music for young people. You can do music for the older generation, and you can have songs that cut across. So if your music only fits one type of people, that's fine. Nobody should force you in a box. It's one thing I try to do with my artists all the time. When I see where you want to go, I push you there. It's not about where I want you to go. It's about me making sure I push you there in the best way possible. I'm supposed to shine light on people's talent, not direct where the talent goes.
Right. When he left the label, how did you take it?
Oh, I was hurt.
Very hurt.
Oh, of course. Those days were young and fresh and building something great, and to see everything we're building start collapsing because, you know, because attitudes and all those things.
Did he give you reasons why he was leaving?
No, the funny thing is, Asam didn't leave the label. We ended the contract.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Oh.
We ended the contract because of where things had gotten to. Like, I think it was evident he wanted to leave. He had started taking certain actions on his own and everything. So it was like, then let's just
allow
part
things
ways.
to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so clarify this for me. Reports said there was a rape case on him at the time, and the label failed to defend him. Reason he left. True or false?
He, like I'm saying, he didn't leave, and that rape case was actually part of the reason. So I actually haven't discussed this anywhere, so let me say it today. At the time that was happening, Asem had started suggesting certain things and everything, and he had started saying that he was going to create his own management team. So I remember when the rape case thing was about to break, the day before, I've forgotten the newspaper, but the newspaper was about to break it. Somebody called us from there and said, guys, Charlie, I just saw this article. It's too late to do anything about it now, but I just saw this article, so I'm letting you guys know so that at least you can prepare how you're going to handle it tomorrow and everything. So we said, okay, cool. So we're waiting for the paper to come so we'll know exactly how to respond. So when the paper came, what shocked us was that already interviewed him about it, and he hadn't told us anything about it. And in his response, he said that he's going to leave this for his new management to handle.
Oh, wow.
So they were like, oh, okay. Then let's leave it for the new management to handle.
Wow. So was this before or after he had signed the Glow deal?
This was after.
After the Glow deal?
Oh, yeah, after. Way after.
Did the label enjoy anything from that deal? Because reports also said that because now there's money, he felt now he's on top of the world, so he wanted to go and do his own thing.
We signed a 2-year Glow deal, which was the payments were supposed to be made in 4. The label only enjoyed from the first payment out of the 4. For the rest, Asem spoke to them that they should pay him the money directly, which was against the contract. So our first thought was even to sue and everything, go legal. So we were about to go legal, then I heard the comments that had been passed about it, and I said, you know what,
forget
it's fine. Money comes and goes. I don't want to have a long fight over money. So if he feels this is not money he wants to have Lynx, he doesn't want Lynx to have a share in this money, it's fine. I'll find other ways to make money.
How much was that deal worth?
Oh no, talking about figures is a breach of contract. Yes.
Oh, but it's been past 10 years now. So
NDA be NDA.
40 past 10 here on 3FM 92.7.
It's a hit.
Charlie, Richie, you know, for tell them, they already know.
One of the great. You realize there is a Lynx liner in there. It's a hit. But in the video, there was nothing like that.
Yeah.
Who owns the song?
Oh, Lynx.
But he shot the video after he had left.
Yes.
And Lynx allowed it to go?
You see, like I said, I'm not really a petty person. I think certain fights are unnecessary. And there's this saying, say, I hope I'm not saying it wrong, but yeah, will say beku jata umpre ho tatia humpra. Did I say it right?
Well, I'm not an account, so.
Well, basically, when you are born for greatness and
yeah.
you believe that there's so much that you can get done, when you meet an obstacle, you don't spend your whole time on the obstacle preventing you from all the great things that you can do. So whenever, Assam is not the only artist who's left that took a song and did something, which I know I had the legal right to shut them down. But when I think about that time that I'll go and sit in court
Yeah.
back and forth, I could have made another hit song that would make more money. So I'm like, Charlie, let it go.
What's your relationship with him now?
I haven't spoken to him in years.
Close to 10 years, I guess.
Yeah, in a very long time. Since he
left
the country.
Wow. 2 years ago, during the COVID moment, we saw videos of him, well, a bar or two on there. I don't know if you saw those videos.
Oh, that's a COVID day. We're all at home, so we saw everything.
But were you surprised he couldn't last 10 years in the music industry?
The music industry is not just about talent. It's a very difficult industry that requires strategy, investment, a team, so many things. So when people question why a talent is not able to survive, they need to understand that it's not the talent part that failed, it's everything else. Do you get what I mean? So I wasn't surprised. I'm never surprised when anybody is not able to last in this industry, because it's a very, very, very difficult industry. It's rather more surprising when you're able to last.
It is?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
I mean, if you can mention, give me 3 artists who have lasted over 15 years in this industry.
Over 15?
Yes.
I can mention Ochame Kwame.
No, when I say lasted, I mean, like, is Ochame Kwame
active now?
Yes.
Well, we all know Ochame has actually changed the brand
exactly.
a bit. Yeah,
so what happens with most artists is you move into a legendary status. Part of the reason for moving into that legendary status is you won't be able to compete on the level that the new crop are competing on.
Right.
So that's why you become a legend.
Do you think he still has a chance at music?
Assam?
Yeah.
Well, that's not for me to say.
No, but you work with him. You manage him. You know what he's made of. Exactly. So, with what you've experienced,
no, you didn't ask me. Do I think he's talented? You asked me. Do I think he has a chance?
He still has a chance, because I've been hearing.
You're not getting me. If you're asking me, is he still talented? Yes. Does he have a chance? That's not up to me, because I'm not the one who gave Black Sheriff the chance, nor the one who gave King Promise or Camido the chance. So it's not up to me to determine who has a chance in the industry. Answering that question will be overestimating my importance.
Okay, that's fine. Would you have him back on a label should he express interest?
Oh no, one thing I don't ever want to do is sign an artist who's left the label.
Why?
I think that what Lynx is an opportunity, right? I help grow talent, which is why I always like to start from ground up. Ground up, Charlie. It's something I've always liked to do. So when somebody gets that opportunity and then they move on, it's not. I don't want to restart. Do you get me? I'm a fan of new brands instead of reviving older ones.
No, but he's gone out there to learn a thing or two. So coming back to his home, it shouldn't be a hard thing.
I mean, it's not even just about an artist who's left. If you've noticed, if you mention every Lynx artist, we started from when nobody knew them to making them somebody. It's just a policy I believe in. I like to believe we're a Discovery Channel. We don't show news. We discover.
Wow, all right, guys. So 45 past 10 here on 2FM 92.7. Let me go for a quick breather. When I return, I continue with Richie of Lynx Group.
Jeanette Services presents the 2022 edition
See ya look.
Oh, Richie, go ahead. Where did you find Easy? Because I'm told she was actually a marketer who actually came on and not
Yeah.
to do music.
So Easy, I actually met Easy when she finished senior high. So at that time, she had just gotten an executive producer and she wanted to release. So she came to the studio, came to record like 3 songs. And I liked the energy, you know, the way she would dance, like she was a very vibrant person. But unfortunately, things didn't work out with the executive producer. After recording the songs, when it was time to release and stuff, Charlie, the man pulled away his money, so she never released. And then at that time, like I was saying, she had just finished senior high school, so she went to uni, right? So she went to. So this time, Lynx hadn't released. Yeah, like I was just, it was just the studio recording people and everything. So she went to uni, went to get her postgraduate degree in marketing in UK, chartered something and everything. So the whole time that she was in uni, she kept messaging me, kept saying like she really wants to do this music thing, but her dad was against it because he feels he's invested so much in her education. She can't just
allow her to do music.
Yeah. So we were chatting. So I think it was like one day that she messaged me and said she's finishing school in a week and she's coming to Ghana. And I said, okay, come. So by this time we had released, this was 2008. No, 2009, early 2009. So by this time we had released for like 2 years and Lynx had started being successful. So I said, okay, come. I'll sign you. We'll see how we'll do this. And I'm sure if you do well, your dad will back you. So she came, then we started. Bonsamemo was the first song we released, and boom, just like that.
I'm sure one of those moments you won't forget will be Easy on stage when she actually fell.
When is it? I remember. That was one of the days that I said, this girl is ready to be a star, because she came on stage dancing. Then the carpet on the stage tripped there, you know, heels and carpet tripped there, and she fell. And I wasn't at the show, I was at home. It was in Takrady, so I was at home watching. She fell, I was like, then she just got up 1 second and continued.
She was up on the feet.
That's right, that's a performer.
Good.
Yeah. I always respected that thing about Easy. She was hungry for, you know, success.
As a label boss then, did you know she was going for the Big Brother Africa show?
No.
She didn't tell you?
No, she didn't tell me. The Big Brother thing happened in transition. It happened right after she left the label.
Okay.
So right after us signing the termination contract and everything is when we heard about the Big Brother. So then we're like, oh, okay, man. Makes sense now.
Right. Clarify this report too. So I'm told, and this one day, you know, we news I hear say, you actually sold your car to shoot her Go-Go Wine video.
Oh,
and right after shooting the video, you people had to go your separate ways.
No, I didn't sell the car. I put the car on as collateral for loan.
Oh, okay.
But that putting car on collateral for loan there, my brain on it. Sometimes people don't know the struggle that we struggle.
You've done that too many times?
Oh, so many times. If I'm to list the number of times here, the company will even come and say, Richie, it's okay, don't tell them. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to have a vision and believe something will work, and now not finding the funding to be able to do it. So I've done it several times. The only thing that made it painful with Go-Go Wind was because we did that, shot the video, and then she left before we released the video. So the releasing of the video was actually, like, we said, okay, fine, we've shot the video. There's nothing we can do now. So let's let the video be our pattern. So we released the video as our pattern.
So who owns that now? Both of you?
No, Lynx owns it, but there's something you need to understand about ownership, right? What's the point of owning something if you can't use it? Because we are in a country where you don't make money from royalties. you are making almost no sales. Those days were not these days that at least the Spotify and Apple Music is
You bring it,
putting
yeah,
some-
sure.
yeah. You are making no sales whatsoever. So if you own a song and you can't use it, what you actually get from having a hit song in those days especially was a brand. So when Easy has a big song, then Easy can get performances, she can get endorsements, those kind of things. So when the person walks away with that, it doesn't matter if you own the song, it doesn't mean a thing. However, one thing that we did with Easy, which I really respected her for honoring, was the fact that we signed a termination contract. So for about 2 years, she paid a percentage of money that she made anytime she played
goes
a
on
show.
stage to perform.
Yeah, because she would be performing the songs that we did for her.
Okay.
Yeah, and she honored that. She honored it for the 2 years.
You did you as the label, did you write the songs, or she did
No, I wrote the songs.
all the songs she released?
90%.
90%.
I mean, a song like
Richie Mensah.
a song like Wengeze. Let me tell you a secret about Wengeze. Wengeze wasn't written. Wengeze is what we call an organic song. So okay, Easy came to the studio that day, and she said, "Richie, last night I had a dream. I was on that time. I think we had just released Bonsama Me, so she hadn't hit big yet or anything. She was like, she had a dream and she was on stage, and the song that she was performing, like everybody was screaming. So she feels whatever song we record that day is going to be a big hit." And I said, "Well, if you've dreamt about it, let's go. No plan, let's go." So I just played the drum beat. After playing the drum beat, I can't believe I'm about to reveal this thing right now. After playing the drum beat, I went into the booth and I just fooled. So all those voices you hear.
Oh, I see. So between you and Apitu, who actually began that
one I don't know. It's not a title I'm looking to own into me. Check it out. So I just went and fooled plenty. Then I cut my fooling and added it to the beat. Then Easy just went into the studio and I said, "Easy, say anything. Fool, don't think about it. Let's not try and write. Just say anything." And she just said anything. So Wengeze was a term they had in sight. So she just remembered the term. I just said Wengeze, Wengeze, Wengeze. Then she was fooling. "Easy, baby. It was all just fooling." So she fooled for like 30 minutes and I just cut it up, put it together. It was a song. We put it
You
out
have a
there.
song.
That was it.
Wow, beautiful. But one, in fact, I have seen you as a group perform on stage a few times. That's fire.
We will bring the fire, make the flames.
That's not a question to answer.
No, but okay, so
No, the beauty about songs like this is the synergy. The fact that everybody takes it from a different angle. So you can't have who killed it, because it's the fire from everybody that makes the song special.
no, but you told OJ he killed the beat, didn't you?
And I'm like, no, I'm trying.
Well, no.
Boss, they say I'm recross. Them no say me fool. Yeah, now me.
As I listen to the verses, I say, "Yeah, the guy,
Yeah, but everybody killed this beat.
he made them.
Everybody killed
And there was Guru on this
Yeah.
song. So when reports actually, was it a year or two ago when it was more like Lynx fighting Guru?
I better go.
No.
No fight,
I'm not saying that. Oh no.
Fight takes two people.
No, but Richie, you would agree with me that at the time when this Kwame Eugene Guru issue actually popped up, some felt it was more like your camp and his. And I always refer to them to this song like, look, Guru goes like way back before these boys actually joined the label. So if you should attack anybody, it should be their boss and not Kwame Eugene, because there is a history to all this. So as label boss, when this news were coming out, how are you managing all this?
So that's why I spoke up. You notice I rarely speak up about things, but it just felt like, oh, why is Kwame being involved in something which, first of all, doesn't even exist? And secondly, if it was going to exist, it shouldn't be with Kwame. Do you get what I mean? Guru is a legend. He's a big boy. Yeah, Kwame Eugene, I'll say Guru in the press. So, you see, like if Obrafo and Ochame Kwame are having back to back, that's nice.
Level.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Sarkodie and Blacko having a fight. Yeah, exactly. So I felt like this one. Let me step in and clear the air that
But
there's no beef.
did you call Guru on phone like personally to address issues with
Oh, I tried, but I guess the number I had, I don't know, because I tried to reach out to him and I didn't get to him. But then again, I mean, I haven't spoken to him in years, so I figured that maybe it was a wrong number or something.
So why is this perception out there that once you are on the board, you are always trying to soften grounds for your boys?
Can you explain that I'm not on the board?
No, you see, no. Okay, so it's fine. I know you've been on the VGMA board. Is it once or twice?
Once.
That's it.
That's
But
it.
that particular year you were on, it seems it is stuck in the minds of the people that
Unfortunately.
you are on there forever.
Because
and
of an interview that was done. That was all. I went to do an interview because the PR wasn't around that day. So they said, oh, Richie, can you go and talk for us? It was a last minute thing. And because you are well spoken, just go and represent like VGMA today. So when they introduced me as Richie on the VGMA board, that was all. But as far as I know, the board is selected every year.
Every year, yeah.
So they select different people all the time. And they told me that year that the reason they selected me was because we didn't release an artist that year. That was when we were in transition. I had retired, and we hadn't released. We released D3 2012, but 2013 we didn't release them.
Any artist, yeah.
Then we released MzVee in 2014.
Boko, you mean?
Exactly. So that 2013 we didn't have an artist out.
Okay.
So they felt okay, if Richie doesn't have any artists in contention, then we can call him on the board. But after that, every year I've had an artist, so I haven't been called. Maybe if I retire, they'll call me again. But right now, there.
Talking of D3,
But you switched. Let's go back. Let me help you.
oh,
Let's clarify this Guru thing.
okay.
Sometimes, people give me way too much power. People overestimate what I'm capable of.
You think so?
I'm just a guy in his corner working hard.
No, but you've introduced down now I can say about 5 or 6 talents who have made it big in this industry. So
Yes.
if the name Richie Mensah is mentioned, for crying out loud, everybody will feel like when I go to him, he can make me big too.
No, I understand that. So I understand if somebody says that I know how to do my job, which is creating talents, making people become stars, creating trends. I understand that part. But when somebody thinks I actually have influence on other people's careers, that's what I mean by they overestimate me. Like for Guru to suggest things like I've been on the board preventing him from getting nominations.
Were you on the board the year La Paz Toyota couldn't make it?
No,
You weren't on?
no, not at all. I don't. What year? La Paz Toyota was.
2012.
No, I wasn't on the board. I was on the board 2014.
Okay.
And putting that aside, people say, hey, let me clarify this thing. VGMA. People say Richie has so much power. He controls VGMA. If that's the case, why did Lynx go 13 years before getting an Artist of the Year win? 13 years before an Artist of the Year win. If I've had that power for, let's say, the past 10 years, like suggested, I couldn't make my artist win Artist of the Year. We all saw Kiddy say, I'll be back and not come back. Where's the assumed power? Really, what it is the fact that we are working tirelessly, putting in all the energy and pushing things to the next level. So I always find it very contradictory when Ghanaians say that they want the entertainment industry to be more vibrant. They want people to work harder. They want people to do more. Then when somebody is doing more, you are accused of not deserving it. I'm thinking, wait, what? Like, the songs that are nominated, did you not see them hits? Did you not go to a show and jam to those songs? Weren't you there when you were hearing it every day on radio? Didn't you see the artist elevate? So when you see the song nominated, how can you say it's based on connection? I can tell you this is one thing Lynx artists suffer with. Every year when VGMA nominations come out, they get sad. Because instead of...
You mean the artists on Lynx?
Yeah.
Why?
Because instead of enjoying the nominations, they go to social media to say, oh, but they are on Lynx, that's why. What do you mean they are on Lynx, that's why? If you say they are on Lynx, that's why they succeeded. Yes, I get that. But what do you mean they are on Lynx, that's why they were nominated? No. We've had failures. We've had major VGMA setbacks. You think I don't wish Yaro had won things or so many of these things? Asem never won Artist of the Year. Do you get me? We've had so many failures. So if we have successes, it's like how they say, when I was poor, you didn't ask me how I made my money. Up to date, I never understand why Yaro was never nominated. But it's fine. There are certain songs that even now I wish were nominated. The certain songs I think was nominated in the wrong category. If it had been put in this category, maybe it would have done better. But it's fine.
Because I also realized that year Gimme Blue couldn't make it. The board rather preferred Figaro on. But I felt no. Gimme Blue was stronger than Figaro.
I feel if Gimme Blue had been on, Asem could have won Artist of the Year. But with just Figaro, it wasn't strong enough. And if that had happened, he would have been the first artist to win New Artist of the Year and Artist of the Year. So we were taken out of history, but it's fine. Like sometimes people get petty over certain things, and I'm wondering why. If you meet a stumbling block, regroup and work harder. Like when Kiddy Chop Denial, he just went back, worked harder. Came the next year,
and
strong.
That was it. And in fact, it was a moment after he was declared winner. I monitored social media, I monitored radio, TV. I didn't hear anybody say the guy didn't deserve it.
Say Ghana, there we like a comeback story.
You think
like,
so?
Oh, Brenner.
No, because you see, there are times somebody will win. Oh, Anka Wenya, yeah, Anka. But for Kiddy, I don't know if you saw that too. But for the first time in about 4 to 5 years, I monitored all these platforms and I realized no pundits, no entertainment. In fact, social media users went straight. Look, the guy deserves it. Because
so I want to ask a question. How would Ghanaians have felt if when Kiddy didn't win, we had also gone on social media
and
attacked?
if that one come out, we would address that. but my last question before we had to go back to this has got to do with D3. So there were 3 and
3 became 1. I've anticipated your question.
Oh, not really, but I was just wondering why you had to focus just on MzVee at a point and the 2 others were out of the picture.
So the truth was, I haven't even told anybody this. Let me choke. There was a point in time D3 was more like D2. What I mean by that was, one of the members had gone to school, so like was very unavailable. So it reached a point when we were booked for shows, we were actually replacing the 3rd member with a dancer who looked like her.
Oh. This is news to me.
Yes, so it's actually something that we kept struggling with for a while and everything. It was being difficult to manage the 3 to always be present at a time. So we decided that, okay, so the 2 who are there, let's do individual careers for them, because we can't keep this fast going. Like, they will catch us and they will all just become Yawa. So let's just separate them and go. So we started recording projects for both of them. It's just that V's projects went faster than the other one, and then she ended up pausing.
Yeah, but as manager, one way or the other, you could have brought her back on track.
I'm manager, but I'm not God.
No, but I mean, when she paused,
you give me too much power. All I can do is guide somebody. I can't create into someone's existence. I can push an artist. I can take a horse to the river, but I can't force them to drink the water. So when I'm pushing an artist and they are not being able to give the required energy or put in the required work to get to where we need to, there's nothing I can do. You can't force an artist.
Do you feel fulfilled when you look at MzVee now?
Oh yes, I mean MzVee has achieved so much, and she's still doing so well. So yes, she's done very well.
Why did you let her go?
Oh, MzVee's case was a very personal thing for V. Like she said it several times, the depression that she was going through really affected a lot of things. So I didn't let MzVee go. One thing is, MzVee stopped music. Do you get me? She left because of the health issues that she was going through. We tried to help her out with the health issues and everything, but she wanted to deal with it on her own. So when she finished dealing with on her own, then she built a new team and started again. So it was a very personal thing for her. It wasn't a label decision.
Okay, so when I actually put it out there that I'll be having a one-on-one with you, a colleague of mine, Isaac Kweku Cranston, said he has an issue with you, and I asked him why, and he said he felt you let him down because like he's a crazy MzVee fan, and he felt because MzVee had left your label, she might not be the MzVee we knew when she was on your label.
I understand. But like I said, once again, overestimating my power. the problem with my job is that the products that I push out there are human beings. Do you get me? They have feelings, they have emotions, they have state of mind, they have things that they are going through in life. So unlike, a mic that I can just put the mic there, if it's dirty I clean it and I keep recording. When somebody is going through something, I'm a human being. When I'm going through something, I want to have time to deal with it. So I need to accord that same respect to other people.
But how did you manage to get Zeal on that record, Boko Boko?
Oh, Zeal has always been a friend. He's always done. He comes to the studio, comes to record songs. I'll mix things for him. Then he'll also do things for us. So it was just, I actually wasn't even planned. I think he actually came to the studio to pick up a song that I was mixing for him. Then I played a song like, "Oh, Charlie bro, what do you think of this song?" He was like, he liked it. I said, "What's up? Will we do something?" Then he just did the and it was like that.
I was actually in Nigeria when the song was released. It was actually playing in Nigeria, I think 2013. Yes, it was. Yeah,
Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7. 3
See that boy
FM.
wanna grind pandits. This boy even if wanna find one kiss. Follow my way as I wine pandits. I make it come.
MzVee and Kaki.
There was no beef.
No.
Ghana people.
No.
You like manufacturing beef. As I'm a Exeter.
No. But I haven't mentioned before.
But I know.
No, but I'm saying there was a
Let me
time
take you there, so
these
end.
two ladies were the go-to when you want to talk of music within this genre. As
That's actually not true, because Kaki's time was before MzVee's time.
Kaki was before Miss.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Toffee Pontong to Too Much and everything was before MzVee.
So who are those creating the loggerheads between the two of them?
I said Ghana for there. I remember when I was in SS Crampo in Motown, we had two female singers who were both amazing. Like they were both amazing, and even in the school they created beef because some people say this one sings better. Now it's a thing that we like to do in Ghana, which I personally think we should stop. But whomst am I?
Yeah, but say you enjoyed it at a point, or you didn't?
No,
You didn't at all?
No.
As a label?
Never. I've never liked beef. One thing about beef is that it always ends in a division of fans. Like if MzVee is doing dancehall and Kaki is doing dancehall, I want Kaki's fans as well. Why will I beef and lose Kaki's fans? People never think about it like that. Like, why are you in the same space, which is already very small? Like, already we're in a country which doesn't have numbers. And then you are dividing it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So, let me go back again. When there was this, should I say, go to him, go to her. When Asem was on top, you know, that time it was more of him and the rappers in Tema. You saw that?
Yes, I saw it.
You played along with it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. How did we play along?
No, but he would record songs and throw shots here and there in there.
Yes, Asem is a rapper, so he threw a punchline in this thing. But I mean, I'm try. And like I said, I would allow an artist to go in the direction that they want to go. But it's not something that I believe in. I actually don't believe in beef. And there's one mistake that people make. They always assume that a beef is what made the people popular. No. If they weren't popular, the beef wouldn't have been popular.
Yeah, but you see, it's part of the culture. I don't know.
No, I don't. Okay, maybe it's part of their culture. But me, I don't like that culture. I believe in talent. I believe in pushing the talent. Yes, I do believe in generating hype. But the hype shouldn't be destructive. You see that misguided statement they make that there's no such thing as bad news. All news is good news. Biggest lie in the world, because there's such a thing as branding, and certain news can actually kill your brand. It can make certain fans move away from you. So you may enjoy 3 months of traction but destroy your long career that you are building. So I don't believe in beef at all. Every time there's beef, it splits the fans. Why aren't we finding a way to rather combine?
I feel you.
Even me, I feel you.
Another hit single.
I gotta confess.
How did you guys make this magic?
This song, I was in a mood. I watched some movie. I don't remember what movie it was, but I watched some romantic movie. You see those movies that's a cold movie.
Like things had to tuck things, like legs have to.
I could talk romance now. I think.
And I said,
hey,
no, but you're in Africa, so.
No. We're in modern Africa. I watched some romantic movie with some nice story, and I was feeling after the movie. So I went. So I think right after the movie too, they played some song that even made the romance bigger. So I went with that mood into the studio. Then I just produced this beat. Then I called Asem and Irene that, Charlie, come to the studio tomorrow. Let's make some.
No, but how are you sure like these two would kill it?
I mean, Irene's vocals, Asem's rap was automatic.
You knew deep, you knew it would work already before you invited them.
Some of these things, I feel they're inspired. I as much as we may plan and everything, some of these things just happen. Like what made me chance upon that movie that day and get in that mood to play it. And at that time, we needed a song for Irene. Like everything just happens sometimes. So it's just inspired.
Okay, so I've been talking to industry people, and one song I really want to carry you on is this. We were all surprised the way he was able to hit the song from the first to the last verse, and was, if you listen to Irene's and you listen to his, it was almost like the same, but just that he was doing his in part one. But I kept asking myself, what was your mood that day when Bulldog brought him? to the studio?
Oh, this one didn't have to do with my mood. This one had to do with his mood. So Bulldog told me, and Bulldog and I have been tight since. So Bulldog told me, Charlie, his new act, I1, really likes Runaway. Every time he's singing a patois version. So do I mind? I said, oh, cool, bring him, let's do it. And he came and he killed it.
Okay, so when the recording was ongoing, did you have any second thoughts on the gentleman doing it like the way Boo has said to you? Or well, you felt one of those things, you just want to record him so he'll go away?
See, sometimes we make things too complicated and bureaucratic. Good music is good music. You know, I get what you're saying, that should he have done the same version like that? Wouldn't it affect the original? Good music is good music. And our job, our primary job, is to entertain our audience. So when we have an idea that can entertain the audience, why not?
Okay, so if that's the case, why did you keep this song in your studio 6 months before releasing it to Boo House?
Oh, I didn't give it. I gave it to him.
No, Boo. I've had a conversation with Bulldog, and per what he tells me, he said after the recording, you guys played it in the studio over 20 times because you felt the song was so good, but you wanted to do some mastering, whatever after. But the song kept in your studio for like 6 months before you released the song.
Oh, as soon as the song was finished, I gave it to Bulldog. I don't remember the exact specifics, but there was no pausing on the song or anything. As soon as the song was ready, I gave it to
you didn't feel at the time that should they release the song instantly, it would have affected Irene's version, which was already playing on.
And I don't believe in those things. I believe, like I'm saying, good music is good music. To hear another version of a song would even make you like the original more as well. Do you get what I mean? It all adds up to the flavor. Why? That's why we like doing remixes. If that was the case, then why do we do a Gimme Blow remix without a Sam?
It's a hit, man.
So this song, at this point, Kunta was in Legon, right? And he was always hanging out with us. And we had like a party. So we had a party that went into the morning kind of vibe. So like went to like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. So because it lasted so long, Kunta and Tiny all didn't go home. They slept at the studio. So when we woke up in the morning, like 8, 9, then me, Tiny, and Kunta wrote the song. And then Kunta recorded it, and like it was, we just knew the song was a hit. It was so amazing. Then he went to school. Then 2 days later, I get a call. Richie, Kunta has got a stroke. I was like, how? Kunta that I just saw it. They said Kunta has got a stroke. It was crazy.
So the song was without Stone at the time?
It was without Stone because he was in Kumasi.
Oh. So how then did you guys get Stone to come do a version?
No, so when Stone came to Accra, then we told him, look, Charlie, Kunta started this song that is just amazing. So do your rap, let's put it together, let's put the song out there because the song is just amazing. So that's when Stone came to add his rap. And
so where was Tiny's verse on it?
No, we just wrote the song.
Okay.
Tiny didn't feature on the song.
All right.
Yeah.
But this should be a hard time for him, I mean his family, yourself, because
it was such a difficult time because Kunta was a star. And he was so energetic. He could dance, he could rap, he could sing. The way he charmed the ladies. Kunta was like the full package. So he was one of those people that we could all see the trajectory and see that, look, this boy has so much talent. He's going to be so amazing. So when the stroke happened, like it was so difficult watching. Hey, I'm trying not to get emotional, but Charlie, it was so difficult watching Kunta, seeing this energetic guy not being able to move. Like when we got to the hospital and he couldn't talk because his whole right side wasn't working. It was so difficult. It was such an eye opener on the fact that life is very scary because he was 21
at the time.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure that informed the kind of video the shot for the song.
And that's why it took so long to get the video, because for a long time he couldn't move. He was in a wheelchair and everything. He couldn't move, so the song went without the video. Then when he was okay a bit, they shot the video, but people who watched the video could still tell that he wasn't okay yet.
Yeah, we saw him on the VGM stage being. He actually got on stage with some ladies dressed in some nurses from maybe.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had another song for them, Flashy. That song too. I also noticed there are two versions of it.
Yeah, I think they did a remix of it.
Oh,
that was remix era. Oh,
so
we almost released an album. We never released it. So you remember that P Diddy released this album called "We Invented the Remix." So we almost released an album, and we're going to call it "We Perfected the Remix." And we're going to put all the different remixes on it.
Talking of remix, are you still the remix president?
What can I say? My party has been taken out of power.
Your party? Which party?
The president, they vote you out.
Oh no! In one of your songs, you said openly that you are the remix president.
See, it's evident. See,
I'm the remix president. See, I'm the king of the game.
You remember? But say I'm not actively doing music anymore, so I can't be a remix president. Right now, I'm more like remix president advisor.
Richie Mensah here on 3FM 92.7, 25 minutes past 11 on your Urban Lifestyle station.
Music play.
Thank you for making number one.
You people, you want to take my song? This is my song.
So that was what actually. Okay, so let me open up. So when we were in school at the time, it was more like the Accra boys against the Kumasi guys. So the Kumasi boys actually mocked at us that, oh, but you got your songs, if we come kill the song. Tiny have to use that line to claim that, yeah, this is my song that I featured you boys, but we can't make that the song.
Who could the Kumasi boys?
Oh, no, in school at the time.
I know, as in they said the Kumasi boys take the song. But at the minute, I said,
oh, no, Kwame Kumasi boy. And you know, at the time, once you are fluent with the tree thing, you are being linked there. In school at the time. But it was when we grew up, then you said the Akan language, it cut across world. But this song actually, it actually goes back to your relationship with Tiny, because I listened to the song and I asked myself, what was Richie thinking at the time? Is it that you had the beat already before Tiny got in studio? Or?
So the funny thing is, this song is a remix. I don't even mean this remix with Asem, Ochame Kwame, and myself. As in, the version of Tiny on Only My Beat is a remix. So Tiny already had the song out, which was Ringtone.
Ringtone, yeah.
And I think Bones did the beat. So Tiny came to me and said that he wanted to do a remix album, like a single album, like what I did with Frema. So he was doing different versions. So I think one producer was doing the reggae version, somebody else did like a different version. So he was saying that I should do the hip hop version. Like, even though the original was hip hop, I should do another version for the remix. So I remember this day when I was playing the beat with Edwin. Edwin was a friend of mine who also plays keyboard, so he played a lot of beats with me. And I told Edwin, Charlie Edwin, this beat, like the original beat was so nice. I really, really like the beat that Bones played. I said, whatever beat we play, for it to be a remix, we have to give it our all. Because a remix needs to be nicer than the original. So how do you beat a song that's so good? So we gave our all and played that beat. So when we did the beats, then Tiny liked it so much that he said, okay, then he's going to use that beat to do the full remix with Asem, myself, and Achame Kwame. So that's actually how it came. So it was a remix through and through.
And it worked perfectly. So you people didn't take my man's song from him, actually.
No, we didn't take it from him. Milalani.
Talking of remix, there's one other that I personally love, but I don't know what happened to the end of the song.
Breaking it down.
You should hear Easy's verse on this. Mad. Half already. I come in like 20 minutes, and I'll wrap up with Richie.
Yeah, I was all speedy up. You've only reached halfway through the story.
I tell you, I mean, I'm looking at my screen. I go like, this thing I'm going to finish today, but we manage it.
Because it'll be another 4 years.
So, in my last interview with Andy Dusty, this was like October 25th, 2020. I asked him if he felt you were underrated at the time when you started, because I listened to Yaro, and the lyrics of that song actually speaks to any individual who is trying to do something for himself, and people kept looking down on him. Was that a story for Yaro? You felt people underrated you at the time?
Yes, people always did, especially because of my age.
They didn't believe in what you could do.
Yeah, so many people kept saying, oh, wait, when you grow up, you'll be able to do this, do that. A lot of people always, like one thing about advice that people give is they project their fears onto you. So maybe because of a problem they went through at that age, they assume you go through the same problem. So people always felt that I was too young to achieve what I was achieving. But I always felt like I have a great destiny ahead of me, so I have to start early. You get me?
And you use Yarrow to respond to them.
Oh, so many people, Charlie, from friends to grown-ups who would come and listen to what we're doing, look at the studio and advise me that, you see, you should be in school by now, you know, and this whole music thing, blah blah blah, won't work at your age. You should be finishing university so that you have options and this. And yes, I get it. We're giving good advice from their point of view, but they didn't get that everybody's destiny is different. So when I made it, it was just my way of telling people I knew what I was doing. Like I understood my destiny, and I was going for it.
Would you say Ochame Kwame was one of those people who didn't believe in you at the time?
Oh no. Ochame Kwame is always believed. Like Ochame Kwame, for the fact that he came and said I should redo the Wosu beat for him. That one too he had the original version out before. So when he heard the stuff that we were doing and everything, he said, okay, then Wosu would sound good on hip hop.
But it was Anidosi who brought that works, because Andy actually tells me.
Actually, it was Ibrahim Ohenijan who brought that work. Yeah, Ibrahim had already suggested it to Ochame Kwame. So when he met us and everything, then he came to the studio and said, okay, this is the song that Ibrahim was saying we should redo.
Kwame recorded again in your studio?
Yeah, he recorded it again.
Oh, I see.
So he had me play the beat. So then when he came to Accra, he came, heard the beat, got in the booth, recorded it, and that was it.
And was he sure at the time you were going to do that, like a good job on it? Because Kwame was more of the olden, should I say olden days, was the old school kind of people, and they had what was hitting in their eardrum at the time. And this is a young boy coming up who is playing something new. And because
but I don't think there's any world in which you can add Kwame to people who didn't give me a chance, because he's literally one of the people who did give me a chance. You get me? I think Ochame Kwame hopping on my beat made the older generation realize that, okay, so this style is not only for the up and coming young ones, that they can also jump on it as well.
So
it will be insulting to even put him in that category.
So after Kwame had a hit, which other old peeps followed?
VIP, Wuta, Prayer. Those are the ones in my head. Right
Ambule,
yes.
And
well, Ambule was much later.
Amanzeba also.
Yeah, Amanzeba as well.
Talking of VIP.
Bobo, make you let your body go. Bobo.
Oh, yeah. Then if you say you didn't win anything,
no, Lynx artists didn't win.
No, but
my production is different.
Oh, Richie.
But when they won artist of the year, my artists were there and they couldn't win.
Well. So
I was saying this song, I have to give credit to Ignis. So it's Ignis who told VIP to come to Lynx. They brought him videos like their new music to Foresight, and then he told them, Charlie, the new kid, Richie, go there and do something with him. I believe it will work. So then they hit me up and it happened.
Within days or months?
Oh, within days. They train Kakra on. They call back and forth, but then it happened.
Wait, 6-7.
But we ended up doing it for them for free.
For
at
free?
least the number of songs I've done for free. If you write my hit songs, maybe 70% of them were done for free.
You don't mean
the
it.
money I made was not from the ones that hit. It was from the ones that came because of the ones that hit.
What?
It's the truth. So when I see producers saying, and this person never paid me anything, I'm thinking, yeah. I've never charged Ochame Kwame for a beat. I've never charged Tiny for a beat. I've never charged VIP for a beat. There's so many people I never charged for a beat.
And this was a situation where there was nothing like split sheet at the time.
No.
Wow.
I mean, how at that time there's no publishing, let alone split
Split
sheet.
sheet.
Yeah.
If I'm just wondering what or how I would refer to you now if you had collected all these monies now. Why not a billionaire level?
down.
So.
Lie
Oh
down.
yeah, but Richie,
Who's
see,
billionaire in Ghana from music? Relax, Enyandri. Ebedru, but Enyandri.
you mean it?
Oh yeah, there's no billionaire in Ghana from music.
There is no billionaire. After all the
There's no dollar millionaire in Ghana from
dollar
music.
millionaire
From music.
in Ghana.
From music. I'm not saying there's no one in music who's a dollar millionaire. I'm saying there's no dollar millionaire from music who can say that I've made millions of dollars in Ghana from the music itself.
Not even your boys currently.
No, not yet.
This is shocking.
It's the truth.
Kiddy clocked is it 100 million streams in
Yes,
India?
but you forget that when you clock 100 million streams, you have to share with the international label and then pay this person and pay that person before sharing with Lynx and everything. So at the end of the day, by the time the money is like assuming that maybe Microsoft has sold 100 million copies, so Bill Gates got 100 million. No, Bill Gates only has like 12% of Microsoft. So, but that's business worldwide. You shouldn't be shocked,
So-
and anyone listening to this shouldn't be shocked either.
So do you if an artist tells you that I don't want to sign this deal with this like foreign label or this outside label because at the end of the day I get to lose a lot of revenue to them?
No, you don't lose revenue. What you do is gain revenue. You lose a percentage. If you have 100% of 10 versus 10% of a million, would you choose 100% of 10?
Well, how about me getting more than that?
How will you get more than that? The person has the opportunity to take you to the next level. And this is, sorry to say, the selfish thinking of most Africans, which is why we don't go far enough. Do you get me? Like somebody is making 10,000 and they have the 10,000 and they are cool. Then someone comes and says, oh, okay, I can make you 100,000. When I make the 100,000, I'll take 40%, you take 60%.
60%.
And I think, hey, why? So you're going to take my 40,000? No, I won't do it. But I'm thinking, but you are making 10,000. Now by doing this deal, you make 60,000. But they are thinking about the 40,000 the person is taking.
Well, they are also thinking about them getting to sit down, write their songs, and get into the studio to record. You know, I'm sure it's the reason most of them haven't actually thought of joining these labels.
No, but the thing is, we need to understand that everything is a system. Music and the industry likes to exclude ourselves, like we don't have an infrastructure, we don't have an industry. We think because an artist is the biggest talent that is being pushed, everything is about the artist. But the same way somebody goes to the farm to plant tomatoes, somebody distributes the tomatoes, somebody sells the tomatoes, somebody takes the sold tomatoes and makes it tomato paste, somebody markets the tomato paste, someone distributes the tomato paste before money is made. So how can the tomato farmer assume that he should make 100% of the revenue that can be made from tomatoes? And that's the same way with music. An artist writes the song, producer plays the beat, an admin does the metadata and the distribution. The distributor sends it to all the DSPs. A marketing team pushes it worldwide. Influencers help to market. Dancers, everybody helps to market. Then it goes to corporate before you now have endorsements, everything coming through. So it's not one person doing something. But the problem with our industry is you see one person. We sit here and we look at, oh wow, Beyonce. Charlie, Beyonce do all, oh, but Beyonce didn't do all.
Somebody did something.
So many people did something.
So apart from your Lynx Entertainment, how many deals do you have for Kwame and Kiddy?
Endorsement deals?
No, I mean distribution deals for the two.
Okay, currently we have 2 international deals. There's one with Universal and one with Empire. Yeah.
For both artists.
No, so actually we have deals with both of them that allows us to choose where to put each artist. So they have a deal with the label.
So it's flexible. You decide when to put it.
So if you are on Lynx, you can either be on Empire or Universal.
Wow.
They have a deal with the label because they like the content that the label is bringing them. Yeah.
I see Kiddy now, and I feel you've transformed him.
Oh no, he's transformed himself. People give me too much credit to.
No, if I say you, I mean the label as Lynx.
Kiddy has transformed himself. All we do is guide. Really, that's all we do. I'm just a very good tour guide. That's all.
Are you proud of him?
Oh, very proud.
When he was named Artist of the Year this year, how was the feeling?
I lost my voice.
Instantly, because
I was shouting plenty.
For a minute you felt he would have lost it again.
If he had lost it again, I would have shatawaled them. I know, bloggers, you just got your headline.
Wow, because I think this year Lynx actually went all out, and I felt Lynx actually didn't win the Artist of the Year for KD last year. Do you agree?
We didn't win it.
Yeah.
Then who won it?
I mean last year. Said last year he lost it to
when he lost it?
Dinah, because I felt if Lynx had engaged and done a lot of voting sessions with the fans, it could have.
I'm not a fan of that.
No, but
I think it maybe it's a problem. Maybe it's something I need to change or overcome. But I'm not a fan of campaigning for votes and campaigning for those kind of things. I like free and fair elections. I believe in the fact that if my music has managed to get to this platform, I've pushed it hard for it to get there. Wow, my artist is nominated for Artist of the Year. The rest is for the public to decide who they feel is Artist of the Year. I don't want to now influence that again, because then it's like, am I chasing the award or am I chasing actual recognition?
Would you suggest we scrap the voting thing?
Well, I've suggested it for so long.
To the various boards?
I've suggested everywhere I can suggest, I've suggested. Or even if, I don't mind, I don't have a problem with voting because it gets fans involved. I have a problem with multiple voting.
By one person?
Yes.
Okay.
I think one person should be able to vote once. That's
okay.
it. That's when you know it's authentic. But right now, like you're saying, somebody can campaign for votes, sits there, and then someone says, I'll vote 10,000, I'll vote 5,000.
But we heard somebody said he had a voting party and he spent about 50,000.
Exactly. I'm not a fan. I don't believe in those things. I believe it should be authentic. Because if it's not authentic, then how do I know? How do I know for sure that they wanted the person to win Artist of the Year?
Right.
I take negative feedback as positive feedback. I remember this happened to me in 2008. I went to African regions. That was my first time meeting the marketing team. They called for a meeting on something. And when I went there, they didn't know who I was. They didn't know Lynx Entertainment. When we mentioned Asem, it sounded familiar. They were like, Asem, that's a song. They didn't even know Asem was an artist. So they felt they were offending me by not knowing who we are. And I said, oh no, I'm taking it to mean that I haven't pushed to reach the corporate world. Because by that time, we were big in the streets. So if I've walked into a marketing department and they don't know who we are, then I haven't marketed myself to them.
Yeah.
So if my artist fails to win an award or something, then I see it as we've not worked hard enough. We thought we had, but then we haven't. So push harder.
Okay, so about 4 weeks ago, I actually cited a video from Kwame Plus, and he made comments like, Kwame Eugene was on his way out of the label.
Kwame Eugene, who's touring in Europe right now with the label, is it that same Kwame Eugene or is it a different one? I think sometimes too, as media, we shouldn't give attention to every story.
No, but he has made a comment, and
Yes.
and the label hasn't actually said anything to it.
That's why we don't say things, because then what you do is you are now fanning unnecessary fires. Do you get me? Because right now, whatever I'm saying right now is going to be written about, which means a story which isn't even relevant
Yep.
is going to be continued. So tomorrow bloggers have something to say about what Richie said, about what A Plus said. Then you are moving away from the fact. So now instead of the headlines on Monday morning being about how Kidi
Richie
and
started
Kwame are spoiling Europe right now, it's going to be about what Richie said, about what A Plus said, about what he heard from someone that he can't even disclose. I think as media and as industry professionals, we need to guard the industry. Internet is everywhere right now. You don't want the people in Australia who are waiting for Eugene to come and play a show there to Google and not see how good a show he did and rather be reading this. We need to see certain things and say, oh, I said waiting here. If Kwame Eugene is going to leave Lynx, if he leaves Lynx, everybody will see it. Why would we talk about it? That somebody said they heard it somewhere, but he can't give the source. There's no point.
I see. That's a fair advice for us, the media, and I think my fellow colleagues who are listening to me will take this in good faith. But,
Amen.
But should I be 20 years in a game, or should I move from 3FM and sit on a BBC platform or a CNN platform before I can critique your work, Richie?
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with critiquing work, and that's what critiques are for. But the problem in Ghana is that it's not critiques who critique. Everybody critiques. We have food critics who go from restaurant to restaurant. They have the knowledge and they can advise that this food is too salty, this is that, and everything, and say it. But with Ghana, everybody can critique the football coach. Everybody can critique Asamoah Gyan's penalty as though they understand how to play a penalty. Everybody can watch a video which we spent 100,000 CDs on and say Ghanaians are not shooting quality videos. Do you get what I mean? So the problem isn't can you critique or not. The problem is, are you qualified to critique?
You qualified.
Yes. I'm sorry for anybody that the shot I just threw affects, but I threw up.
You qualified. So I just got a text message from a colleague. He's with Foresight TV. He wants to find out the Killing the Game song you guys yourself or Bo and Kwame did some years ago. What exactly did you see then that is happening now?
What do you mean, what do we see then that's happening?
I mean, the song had a message.
Oh, you mean the fact that the problems we cited are still happening? Just it's a very sad truth that a song from 13 years ago as a prophet. No, it's, I think because we're in the industry, especially from a Chame Kwame and Obo's point of view, said media, I was the mic that was making their message louder. Especially since they had been in the industry so long, they had faced so many recurring problems, and they felt if they don't talk about it, people won't even be aware of the problems, which is why that song came. So why some people took offense to the song and some people decided to attack on radio and all those kind of things, I never understood. We're in an industry, there's a problem. Two industry giants are talking about the problem. If you have a solution, help. If you don't have a solution, sit down. What's the problem?
And that song actually unearthed another song that also became another monster.
I don't even understand these things. Those are the things in Ghana. Charlie, let's all just be positive and do our best. I said this not too long ago. Somebody asked me about support. What support does the industry need? What can the government do? Can we stop crying for support like we are 3-year-old children?
We don't need that as an industry.
We don't need support. What we need is to do our part. If everybody did their part, the industry would be thriving. Do you think that investors don't want to invest in entertainment? Like, do you think angel investment groups and banks and everything don't want to invest in entertainment? The reason they don't invest in entertainment is because we've not put down a proper plan. Have you showed ROI to any investor? Have you sat down and told an investor that if you invest $1 million in this project, within 21 months, you will break even? But within 4 years, you would have made 3 million, which is 200% profit.
And you feel with this, government plays no role in that?
I'm not saying they don't play any role, But my thing is, if you are waiting for the government, the number of things that the government needs to solve that they've not been able to solve yet. Like, do you get what I mean?
So one way or the other, it should be private minded.
No, it's not private minded though. If it's important to you, do it. If it's not, keep quiet.
But if you are doing it and I'm not doing it, we are still there.
That's my point. So the problem is that some people are doing it and the rest are sitting there complaining. Everybody should do their part. Everybody should push to the fullest and stop the fighting and the bickering and waiting for Jesus to come and save us. Jesus came to save the world though, not musicians.
So we can write the story again.
Gets
'Cause we
busy.
can
Anyway,
This thing there, I know people insult me for saying it because people will think that I'm privileged now because my company is doing well, so I can sit down and say we don't need support. But anybody who will say that, I should remind them that I'm not privileged. I wasn't dashed a company. I wasn't sitting there. I didn't inherit Lynx Entertainment. We built it from
scratch.
once again, ground up.
Charlie.
So the fact that I have done it, the fact that other people have done it. Look at Sadiq. Look what Sadiq is doing with Three Music. So beautiful. The fact that there are people who are being able to do these things should let them know that it is 100% possible. If you haven't been able to do it yet, it just means you've not figured out how to do it. So all you need to do is keep trying. Because there have been points in time, I remember before Lynx we hit, we used to have meetings and say, what are we doing wrong? We know our music is nice. We are listening to our music. It's nicer than the music that's hitting. Why isn't our music hitting? We used to have those meetings until we figured out marketing and how to push. Before we had some international success, we used to ask ourselves that, why is it that all the songs we do only hits in Ghana and doesn't cross? Then I came to realize, no, because we don't understand the international marketing strategy. So I had to take courses, had to talk to this person, had to push here, until we figured it out. So anything that you want to do, it's not a question of, is it possible? It's a question of have you figured out how to make it possible? So let's stop crying and waiting for a savior. I keep saying this thing. I keep reiterating this fact. Look, an artist wants me to sign them, for instance. And you come to me, oh, Richie, help me. I'm talented. So everybody's talented. If I post right now I post on my IG right now that I'm looking for a new artist to sign, I can guarantee you I'll find 1,000 talented people. How do I choose one out of that 1,000? What makes you the one out of that 1,000? Have you thought of that as you are coming to make your pitch? Because that's the same way when somebody's walking to MTN for sponsorship for their event. MTN has 100 proposals on their desk. What makes your event special? Then you break it down to them. Our target audience matches your target audience, and then this, and then that, and then that. Then you can understand. So if an artist is able to make you understand the value that they bring to the table, and not that they are coming to show you what you are going to give to them. Like if we walk to the government right now, and we have a full-on proposal that explains to the government how we can increase GDP in Ghana by investing in entertainment, because we did it here and here and here and it worked successfully. So now if we multiply that by 10 with the government support, then we know that we can actually get it done on a larger scale. You think they won't have? They will be forced to do it, but we sit on radio and say the government isn't helping us and music isn't helping us and Ghana isn't helping. Well, have you helped yourself? Everybody, I'm sorry for insulting you, but collect.
So I have barely 5 minutes to wrap up,
Okay.
but I still want to find out. I hear Lynx Group these days.
Yes.
What was the whole thing about Lynx Group?
So Lynx Entertainment has matured. Now we have Lynx Group of companies. So there's the original Lynx Entertainment, which manages talent. So now we manage artists, we manage actors like Sika Osei, Ajita Anan, Richmond of Lawyer and T fame. And then now there's Tigon Creative Studios that does video production, photo production, event organizing, set design, and everything. And we're coming out with Lynx TV very soon.
So I forgive you invoice. So with
And Lynx Studio, the recording studio, of course. If you want me to promote, I have more things to promote.
Hey, Richie Mensah.
It's not easy. It's not an easy journey, but we will get there. I know we will.
I get you. So, currently, is there options for musicians to be on another label and still be working with Lynx Entertainment?
Yes, we've actually introduced label services because we realize that the knowledge that we have and the connections that we've built can actually benefit more people than just those on the label. So now we've introduced label services where you can take Lynx as a service provider and we will do the work for you that we do for our artists. So
okay.
That also solves a problem where certain people feel they want to do music but they want to be their own boss.
Bosses. Oh,
yes. So with this way, you get to be your boss and we are the company that just implements your thoughts.
So now there are more money for the label.
Bring me the money.
Thank you. Thank you for finally accepting to
I'll see you in another 4 years.
Oh, no.